Hello, and welcome to day 52 of Dungeon 23. Today is actually going to be a short episode, unlike yesterday, which was very long, and I'm not going to explain any further because that just adds to the length. It's a very simple idea, and it's going to reuse some things that we already saw in this dungeon, although a bit different. Let's just draw out the simple area here. And this is going to be a bit different in that it has a pool in it. I'm already here. This color here. Ooh, I have that backwards. Gonna have a pool of water. And let's see here. Where is our... Here we are, text. Always lime green. Let's go to our gym info overlay and crank up the opacity. The pool of water is about a foot deep and is difficult. Pretty basic. And what is a pool of water in a dungeon without something to hide in it? So I do have a monster to put in here, and it is going to be a swarm. I have my own little swarms subcategory here because probably going to make use of swarms later on. And also it's really good to have your all of your tokens and all of your information categorized well so you could find it easier. But we're going to put down a swarm of quippers. Now if you don't know what a quipper is, it is a CR1 swarm, a medium swarm of tiny creatures. And quippers are basically piranhas. They're in the monster manual. They are quite deadly. A single swarm of quippers could do 4d6 damage, and if it has half its health, it's only 2d6. But that's still quite a lot. They're pretty nasty. But they have a speed of 40 feet swimming, and they have a speed of 0 feet on land because they're basically piranhas. Now, the party has no reason to go into this pool because obviously it's a pool of piranhas. So we're going to make this a bit more interesting. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put down our markers. We're going to put down a treasure chest. We're going to lock it in place as we always do. Lock position. Set dimensions. Set. And let's see here. The chest is unlocked. Contains one scroll of water breathing, one fishing rod. It is going to have one potion of healing, 2d4 plus 2. Nope. Man, I am not good at spelling this stuff out. Which is just a normal healing potion. Actually, let me double check that really quick. Yeah, it's 2d4 plus 2. The other one is 4d4 plus 4. So this is the treasure in this area. Water breathing, it's gonna come up later. You'll see. The fishing rod is just there because it's fun, and the potion of healing is actually there for the actual reward. If the party finds a way of, dealing with the quippers without getting mauled to death. And I also want to put a skeleton here. Let's see here. An actual animated skeleton. Because honestly, the idea of a skeleton that throws piranhas at you is hilarious. Nameplate. And his only attack is... Let me double check something really quick. Alrighty. His only attack is going to be... There we are. And let's just specify that. Tossed quippers go on the Quipper Swarm Initiative. So, I think I said this before. The way I like to use initiative is that creatures of the same type share an initiative, unless it's like a massive swarm of, like, not just like a swarm, but like a massive group of them. Like, alright, here's an example. If a combat encounter is the party versus 3 goblins and 2 orcs, the 2 orcs are going to share an initiative, and the 3 goblins are going to share an initiative. And I'll typically have them either roll with disadvantage or, take a penalty to the roll for the number of creatures in that, collective. So that way each party member has their own turn, but also these orcs and goblins, there's only 2 turns they have to wait for before the next player gets to go. Now, if it's only like a goblin and an orc, then maybe they just share an initiative, or maybe they don't. But if it's like 10 orcs, then maybe have those orcs split up into like subcategories. Like, here's these 2 orcs throw javelins, so they're gonna share an initiative, and these ones have axes, so they're gonna share an initiative, and then these ones over here, they throw rocks, so they share an initiative. And I think that's really useful for decreasing the amount of turns, because combat typically lasts longer the more turns there are, or more creatures have to take their turns. And it doesn't really affect with the action economy too much, because it's the same number of actions, it's just that they're all being done in one go. Now, it can be a bit unfair because it could dogpile on a player, but that's really just the GM has to know not to, unfairly punish one party member. So with that little explanation out of the way, this is how the skeleton quipper works, or the quipper skeleton tosser. He just throws quippers, and it's a +4 to hit like its normal range attack. It has a very short range of anything beyond 10 feet is going to be with disadvantage, and then beyond 30 feet he's just not going to hit. So we can just throw a bunch of quippers down, but he's not going to, hit anybody. Also, quippers don't move on land, so, and they have 1 HP. It's a DC 13 or 15 AC, so they're not easy to hit. But I'd say on land they're prone, so I'd say it's with advantage. They also only do 1 damage, so the DPS of the quipper skeleton, or the skeleton quipper tosser, is like 2, maybe 3 per round if he gets 2 off before getting, knocked. And that's basically it. There's a skeleton who throws piranhas at people in this pool of piranha, and he's guarding, not gardening. A gardener skeleton actually would be fun. Might have on the next floor, or maybe in deeper in. Yeah, maybe the next floor. I'll have to remember that. Anyway, just a skeleton who throws piranhas at people, chilling in this pool of piranhas, guarding a potion of healing and a scroll of water breathing. Also a fishing rod, for some reason. Anyway, with that done, this is our encounter for today. Pretty basic. Hopefully it didn't run too long. And, like, comment, subscribe, all that crap. And I apologize for the poor quality. It's not going to improve.